Hello, and welcome to CWS Shuttle Training. This video has been created as a tool to help you understand the process and paperwork you'll need to follow to successfully do your job as a driver. CWS has a reputation for excellent customer service and dependability. That's because we have developed processes that ensure no errors are made. It is critical that every one of our drivers follow the procedures in place so we can continue our high level of service for our clients.
As a new driver, it can be a little overwhelming when you arrive at a customer's location and there's piles and piles of shuttles. Sometimes they're organized, sometimes they're not. When you're starting out, take it slow, get an understanding of what you have and what you have to do, and run your truck appropriately. Consult your guide if you have to. And if you have any questions beyond that, don't be afraid to phone into the office.
In a nutshell, here's how the process works. Our clients are agricultural manufacturers who distribute their product in containers to ag retailers across Western Canada. Farmers purchase these products from retailers. Once the products have been used, the farmer returns the container to the retailer for a refund of the deposit. The dealer contacts CWS, who sends a driver out to pick up the containers and return them to one of the company's warehouses, so they can be used again or repaired or discarded if necessary. Our transportation staff then assigns a driver to do the pickup. The call is recorded in a database for future tracking. The driver will need to use two forms at each retail location, a count sheet and a numbered container return certificate. Here's a completed count sheet, which is used to sort and count containers before loading at the retail location and acts as a backup for accounting purposes. And here are the completed return certificates. You'll see each company's container return certificates are different because they list their own container types. Return certificates are an important part of the financial transaction between CWS, the manufacturer, and the retail. So it's very important that they are handled and completed correctly. The admin staff carefully tracks which pre-assigned certificate numbers have been distributed to each driver. Only original certificates can be used and no faxed or photocopy certificates will be accepted. Blank certificates must not be left with customers as they are an authorization for payment. The driver will also have on hand a roll of numbered stickers and cable ties to use in identifying each container. The first task the driver undertakes at the retail location is to sort the containers by type. Each ag company's containers are slightly different and drivers need to learn how to identify them. The Driver's Guide to Container Return Handbook is a reference for identifying the various types of containers or shuttles. Once the driver has sorted the containers by company and type, the number of each kind that is ready to load is noted on the count sheet. Before loading, each shuttle must be checked for damage. The driver looks for seal damage, intact discharge valves, or general damages that may compromise the integrity of the container.
These seals are no good. They've been tampered with. That one's intact.
Broken seals mean the manufacturer has to clean the inside of the shuttle before it can be used again in order to ensure their product quality. A container is considered to have major damage if it has holes or punctures, if it is collapsed, if it has bulges, if there's damage to the base or bottle, if it has deep scratches, if it is missing a dip tube, missing a ring or chime, or missing a discharge valve. As each shuttle is checked for damage, a numbered sticker is placed on every shuttle or container. The sticker process assists the driver in counting the shuttles, and it assists the warehouse in identifying which shuttles have major damage. Numbered stickers are applied directly to each container or attached with a cable tie, depending on the weather or container condition. If the container is wet, cold, or muddy, we suggest using the cable tie.
See how they're piling up in here now? That can be a little daunting at first. That's when you just politely explain to them to slow down. You need a minute to catch up. And if they try and argue with you, then you explain to them it's in their best interest that this count is accurate.
The driver notes the sequence of numbers used at that location on the count sheet. The driver and the retailer then together complete the return certificate using the forms supplied to the driver with pre-assigned numbers. For each company, the number of shuttles of each type, sorted by the condition, that is good, seal damage, or major damage, is noted and the total number calculated. If there are any shuttles that are coded as having major damage, a detailed account of the major damage must be recorded in the notes section of the certificate. The driver must also record the sticker number that accompanies that major damage shuttle. For any container, if the shuttle type cannot be identified, it must be recorded as unknown along with the size under the Other Container section. When the container return certificates are completed, the number of shuttles on the certificate should be the same as the total number on the count sheet. The date and the retail name and town should be verified. The dealer and the driver must both sign the certificate and both initial any changes made. The driver notes any empties remaining on site, so another call can be logged to pick them up at a future time. If a driver cannot pick up the shuttles at a location, the date and reason must be noted on the front page of the certificate. The driver returns to the nearest CWS warehouse to unload the shuttles and turn in the completed paperwork. You can see that attention to detail is an important part of the driver's job here at CWS. Once you are familiar with the various forms and types of containers, completing the process with accuracy is not difficult.
Knowing that you've got your trailer back and it's been counted and everything you've done is accurate, it's a pretty good feeling. Validation for all the work you put in.